That's a nice barrel you got there.
Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we have the pleasure of watching Mr. Akula. Don't worry, I'm not gonna focus on how he's playing or even commentate the game. This video's sole purpose is to talk about one of the most, if not the most, broken position you can ever think of when we talk about World of Tanks Blitz for tank destroyers that are camping. It's on dead rail, as you can see, it's on the top left corner when you see it from Mr. Akula point of view, and it's this bush right there. When you play with Tank Destroyer, you have two different playstyles. One is for noobs, which is basically camping, and one is for pros, which is basically relocating, playing second line, but trying to play aggressively regardless. Both are working and are effective, and you can't really blame someone for camping in a Tank Destroyer because they were designed for that in the first place, historically talking. Now, this becomes a problem not because of players, but because of the map themselves. When wargaming works on maps and give the possibility to tank destroyers to camp from the ridge line, to camp from the bottom line corner, and being able to literally see everyone. In this video, from this position, you're gonna see he has an eye on everybody. It makes it easy for him to penetrate his targets. He doesn't even need to get spotted. He doesn't need to take risks. He is the god of this game, and you're gonna see that through the damage he inflicted. Is it a bad thing, camping? No, it's not. But do you think it's fair? I mean, in one way it's fair because from this position you can see everybody, but you have the same position on the other side of the map for the other tank destroyers, and I'm pretty sure maybe the AT-15 or even the RHM are camping there right now. It's fair from a tank destroyer point of view because you have the same opportunities on both sides, but is it fair for the rest of the team? Let me explain what I mean here. For example, on this map, if you want to take the ridge line from the middle, if you want to push from the left, talking about Mr. Akula point of view, if you want to push from the left or try to take the middle or even try to go into the town, the tank destroyers camping can have you if you're spotted, and it can block your push. I mean, it's not a problem. That's what tank destroyers are designed for. But we are playing in Blitz, and in Blitz you're supposed to have fun. How are you supposed to have fun when there is something that can literally destroy you completely without you being even able to spot them back and maybe hit them back? That's quite frustrating. And even if most of the maps are actually well worked when it comes to design, I think this one is a mistake. If I was wargaming, I would literally remove that position the ICU-152 is shooting from, definitely from the game. This is cancerous, in my opinion. This is cancerous because, as I told you, you can literally see everybody, you don't fear anyone, and it's the free way for damage. And it's not skill rewarding, it's basically rewarding a playstyle nobody likes, and a playstyle that makes the game bad sometimes, because nobody likes campers. Even you as a camper, when you camp, you don't like camping, let's be honest. Of course it has its advantages. Why would you push, or why should you try to play aggressively if from that position you see everybody? I mean, you don't have to do that, but for the others it's quite frustrating. Now, you're gonna tell me, hey Pantoufleee, this position is well known. Everybody knows most of the time they are camping from that position, the tank destroyers, and therefore if you try a blind shot, you will be able to scare them and they will try to relocate somewhere else. And even if I have to agree with you, because you're totally right, there is one thing you forgot about. The game is expanding at a higher rate. and therefore we have more and more newbies that are coming into the game. And as we have more and more newbies, not all of them are aware of that position, and it allows you to get these kind of games right there where people are not necessarily aware of that position, which allows you to destroy them all. I mean, if I was the 112 Glacial, for example, I take the first shot from the ICU. When I take the first shot, I know where the guy is, so I will try a couple of blind shots. But when you are not experimented into that game, you will not try these kind of things, and as you don't try it, you are just gonna get wrecked by the ICU that is not spotted and still has all his HPs. And that's where it becomes a problem, and I think as the problem is too big nowadays not to get mentioned, I think the best way for Wargaming to, how could I say that, to erase the problem would be to rework especially that little part of the map. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. Maybe it's totally up to me and that you don't feel the same, which could be totally understandable. But every time as a good player, every time I'm going to the middle, trying to hold down, trying to play aggressively, trying to actually make the game more dynamic, I get these kind of shitty tank destroyers camping in the back. And even if it doesn't necessarily bother me too much, it can bother new players. So we will see how it goes. I literally don't have a clue right now. I just hope that Wargaming will try something to remove that position, or even try to rework it a little bit to make it easier for the... that was a really nice shot, I'm impressed. Try maybe to rework it for new players not to be bothered too much by that position. Tell me what you think in the comments, and as I told you, when you have the right matchmaking, when your team is spotting for you, when the enemies are, let's say, noob enough to stay in the open, you end up with this kind of game, 7,000 damage with a tier 7 camping the whole game. Is it fair? No. Does it deserve it? Yes, because it still played well. But it's unfair. I mean, this kind of damage should be allowed, or should arrive only to players that really deserved it by pushing through, that by really trying to learn tactics and actually doing their tactics. And here it's not the case. I mean, camping should not get rewarded. It's only my opinion. Maybe it's a based opinion, I don't know, but I will stick to that. Tell me in the comments what you think, guys. I'm gonna see you soon for a new video, and waiting for that, we will do a stream tonight, hopefully, and au revoir.